Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Matthew Harris here, back with a bonus segment of how to dominate MLM with Facebook and to do that without spending a dime on advertising. So this is a bonus section. This is actually a specific game plan to help you go from becoming wherever you are to being a top recruiter if you're not already a top recruiter. This is what I put together with a friend of mine when he first got plugged into my Facebook strategies, and he had really been running around spinning his wheels and spending a lot of dollars on gas trying to go out and meet people out and about, as many people in our industry are still doing for whatever reason. And so I showed him a better way using Facebook, and he could do it from home or from Starbucks or wherever he was at. And he went from spending $500 a week to spending nothing and actually becoming the top recruiter. And this is the game plan we helped put together with him. First of all, I'm going to share this with you for free. So go ahead and actually go over to this website. This is step one. Get my free ebook. It's called Social Media Wealth Mastery. And it goes into another level of depth in how to really build with social media and websites and all that kind of stuff online for your network marketing business, for your MLM business. It's a 27-page document. It's not very long at all. It's actually quite a quick read. And I've had a lot of people actually read this and really get a good idea of what to do and how to use the internet and social media websites to really create and develop great relationships online that turn into leads and prospects for their business, and how to do it quick. So go over there and get that. I'll post a link in the video description so you can actually click on it and go straight over to that. It's free. Now, the other thing you want to do is do a Facebook cleanse. It's what I call a cleanse. We did this with our entire organization when we started teaching folks how to use Facebook properly. We said, listen, it's the things you do wrong will hurt you more than the things you do right can help you. And it's really what it is with Facebook. And so since 99% of distributors are doing it wrong, you want to correct everything first before you really go out there and implement your game plan. So what you'll do is things like this. If you've been posting links on your Facebook all day long, all day night about your network marketing company, go ahead and delete those. If you've been putting information about your company in your profile picture, go ahead and delete those. If you've been putting your profile picture as your company logo, product, all that kind of stuff, go ahead and delete those. You want to clean out as much information on your network marketing company as you possibly can from your profile page. Make it about you. Remember, we talked about branding you and not branding your company. So anything that really pertains to your network marketing business, you want to remove. Now, people ask me sometimes, what should they do when it talks about their job? And so, for example, you can actually put in Facebook what your career is or what it is that you do for a living. Now, if you're not a professional full-time network marketer, if you're not making a full-time income from your network marketing company, even if you are, I would still suggest not putting any information about your company. I can't tell you how many times that we've talked to people online about the company when we still had our company information available in our profile page, and people would actually click on, go to our link and click on it, and they start Googling that stuff, and before we even got on the phone with them, and they find all these different, somebody who had a bad experience with a product 15 years ago or whatever, and all this weird stuff you can find on the internet. And so it actually started to put preconceived notions in their mind above and beyond any preconceived notions they might have already had. So the less they know and the less they can prejudge about your business before you get on the phone, the more powerful it's going to be for you. So if you have an employer, put your employer. And this is my company. This is a company that I own. I'm not only in network marketing. I have several different business ventures I'm involved in, and so I put my lifestyle management company and my social media marketing company up there. That's what I put. I have nothing else about network marketing, even though most of what I do does actually focus on network marketing. I don't put that in my profile at all. And so I know people that maybe have certain ranks with companies, or they're a distributor with this. If you're just getting started in your network marketing company, if you've been around a while, I'll tell you, take all that information out. No matter how big of a pin level you are in that company, you definitely want to remove that from your social media sites and from your Facebook page. Step 3 is to start networking. This is part of your game plan. So start looking for people you already know, as we talked about in some of the previous videos, how to do that. The other part is to start by adding, don't start by adding tons of people you don't know. You'll put your account in jeopardy. That's just a note that I wanted to put out there again. You want to focus on networking with people that are already kind of part of your network. What I mean by that is you want to focus on adding people that have friends in common with you. that may know someone you know. That's the beauty of networking. The 6 degrees of separation is a real thing, and Facebook allows you to actually use that to your advantage to find great people by mining what, quote unquote, what I call it, your friends' networks without them even really knowing it. So imagine if you were to go to a friend of yours and say, hey, give me a list of 1,000 of your friends so I can talk to them about my network marketing business. They probably wouldn't do that. But if you can go through their Facebook account and see 1,000 of their friends and start hitting them up for their, about network marketing, you'll have a lot more success there too. So here's the numbers. I would suggest to add around 10 to 15 people per day. This is new, folks, and to grow your network, about 10 to 15 people per day. Be careful not to get blacklisted. So don't add people you don't know or don't have friends in common with. You can actually get pretty specific on the types of people you attract to your network. For example, if you are in real estate, I would focus on finding people that are in real estate or that have a similar experience to you. If you're a school teacher, I would focus on networking with people that you have something in common with. It becomes easier to really break down the barriers in communications if you're networking with folks that you already have common ground with. So you can do that with Facebook, and we'll do another video later on about how to find people in specific niches. Now, the other thing I want to mention about this too is to leave a comment on new friends' walls and on their pictures or on their statuses once they've accepted your friend request. I know a lot of people that will just friend request people and leave them at that, and then go on to the next person and friend request that person, thinking that the more people they have in the network, the more powerful they'll be. Like, oh, if I had 5,000 friends, I'm gonna be a millionaire in network marketing. That's not the case at all. You want to have quality over quantity. I don't have a whole lot of friends on one of my accounts, but yet through that account, I've personally recruited, I think I've probably got about 1,800 people on that one account, and I've personally recruited between 40 to 50 plus people out of that network without even really touching or scratching the scratch of the people that are in there. What I mean is I haven't really reached out to every single one in that network at all. But it's based on quality, not quantity. I know people that have 5,000 friends that have not even recruited anyone close to the amount of people that people in our team have recruited, with only having about 500, 600, 700 people on their friends list. Quality, not quantity. So leave a comment on a new friend's wall, and picture once they accept your friend request will help extend that relationship further and help start a conversation going. And it'll also let them know that you're paying attention to them and what they're posting. You kind of have to give before you can receive. If you want people to click on what you're posting, if you want people to pay attention to you, you've got to be the one that initiates that transaction, if I can call it that, by actually reaching out to them first and interacting with them. Now, the last part of this game plan is to prospect between 2 to 5 people per day. You can do more than that if you're ready to really go after it and you've got a really good tracking system, so you keep track of who you've already reached out to, and you've got I use an Excel spreadsheet, and then I've got everyone's name written down, and I make a note of when I reached out to them on Facebook. So that way I keep in touch with it, because sometimes you can really get so engrossed in building that you forget who you've already sent a message to or communicated with or chatted with, and so you don't want to let anyone slip through the cracks. So what we've done is minimum 2 to 5 people per day that will actually prospect and look to get the information of our company in front of. I'll tell you this, if you really want to be a top recruiter, it'll be a little bit higher than that, more like 5, 10, 15, 20 plus per day. The key is not necessarily the number as much as it is being consistent with that. Can you prospect 2 to 5 people per day every day for a year on Facebook? Absolutely. Absolutely, because it takes 2 or 3 minutes to do that. That's the beauty of it. It takes so little time to do this stuff. But the thing about it is that most people won't be consistent. So if you want to be a top recruiter in this industry, you can use the strategies all day. But if you don't do the work, you really don't deserve the results that you'd like. And so I'll just be blunt about that. If you really want to be a top producer, go be a top producer and be as consistent as you possibly can. Now, in conclusion, what does Justin Bieber have to do with dominating your MLM on Facebook? I'll tell you a little story and then we'll sign off. When I was in the entertainment business, living in Atlanta, Georgia, for those of you who don't know, I was working as a songwriter and singer and a nightlife specialist. I was the guy that was partying a lot in Atlanta that celebrities and pro athletes would call to go party in Atlanta when they came to town. So anyway, I was in the studio one night hanging out with the producer, and he pulled up some YouTube videos of the kid you see in that picture right there, Justin Bieber. And he had an opportunity to sign Justin before Justin really blew up. And he was looking at Justin and then comparing him with another group that he was looking at signing. And he was asking me my opinion on what I thought he should do. And I don't remember what I said, but I like to think I said, sign Justin Bieber. At the end of the story, and Story short, he didn't sign Justin Bieber, and the rest is history. Justin is everywhere you go. He's in Macy's, he's everywhere. He's got cologne, all this kind of stuff. Long story short is that Justin, one of the things that he used to blow up was YouTube. And he used social media and Facebook to grow his presence online, so that he became so attracted to the record labels that they felt that they were losing money if they didn't have him signed to a record deal. They started this huge bidding war over Justin Bieber. I mean, a teenager. And I remember seeing this start to happen before it even happened. And so, of course, that producer friend is kicking himself right now because he didn't sign Justin. But at the same time, my point is this. You can use social media to do some incredible, incredible things if you're going to be committed to following through and taking massive action. And so what I've shown you is really a great foundation to grow your business online. I've done my part. And if there's any questions or things that you'd like to know, you can reach out to me, and I'm more than available to help you as time permits. As we're traveling and really just building a dynamic business, I still would like to help you. So feel free to reach out to me. And if you don't get me, leave me a message or shoot me an email or whatever the case may be. I will definitely get back with you as time permits. But my point is this, is that you can grow a 6- and 7-figure business just using nothing other than social media. We've already done it. So you can use these same strategies to do it. The question is, will you do it? Will you go out there and be Justin Bieber? Will you go out there and put videos up, or will you use the Facebook strategies that we just showed you how to do? Will you do it? And will you do it for long enough so that even if you don't see the results right away, eventually you'll start to see some results? I promise you. The first video that Justin put up didn't get a whole lot of reviews, but he didn't quit. He kept on going. So I know I'm talking about a kid and using him as a motivational tool, but you get the point. Anyway, so take advantage of this information. Go out there and make a big difference in your life for you and for your family. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm here to help. Take care. God bless. Like I always say, dream, then find a way.